Guys, what's going on? Got a package. I honestly was not expecting this to arrive for another 10 days, so it's a bit early. I thought it was something else, so I've already opened it and looked at it. So, but I need to show you guys. It's cool, and we're gonna talk about it, and I'm pretty excited about this. So let's get it open. All right, this is the replacement for my dead Dremel. I decided to, or I was looking at all the different options, all the different Dremel models on Amazon, and they had this little chart that showed 4 different models. There's like the 3000, the 4000, the 4300, and then this other one that looked like a paint can with a tail on it. I'm like, what is that thing? And so I start clicking on it, and I discover a whole new genre of tool that I was unaware of. This is called a flex shaft. And I discovered that the premium name of flex shafts are by a company named Fordham. Looked them up. Their stuff is crazy expensive. It's expensive. Anyway, so then I started looking at cheaper options, and I find this one on Amazon that is, I guess, made in the same factory or something like that. It's basically the exact same thing, except it doesn't say Fordham on it. But the reviews, everybody's saying this is a Fordham. This is exactly like my Fordham, and they say you even get parts that say Fordham on it. Like the manual comes and it's a Fordham manual. There it is. But I didn't pay the Fordham price. So this looks just like the Fordham packaging, except it doesn't have the Fordham label on it. I mean, they come in these plastic boxes. This looks, what's heavy? Looks exactly like the Fordham one, except I think the label's blue on there, and it says Fordham right here. So this is like a pretty high-end tool. Typically, people that buy these are people who work with jewelry or wood carvers or something like and stuff like that. They really use these heavily, and I'm like, well, I kind of fall into that heavy use category. So anyway, this is what it looks like. So it's just it's a much bigger motor than what you find with a Dremel tool, and you just hang it on something, and you have a flex shaft down here that you can manipulate, and then you have, this is the hand piece. You drop things on the ground. This is the piece that holds the bits. And you can buy multiples of these and different kinds of them, but they just kind of like slip on here. I'm not exactly sure how to do it yet. Yeah, like that. And so I guess if you want to swap them out real fast, you can. So you can put like a cutting bit on one, a grinding, or like a sanding bit on another, you know. And so if you got to switch between things like real fast, you can just, you know, you got to find the little groove, because there's a little key on here. It's like, and you got to line that up. But that's it, and then you can turn it on. Another cool feature is, if you saw this thing in here, it has a foot pedal. This controls the speed. Nice thing about this is if I'm working on something goes wrong, I don't have to go fumbling looking for that switch to turn it off. I just lift my foot up and it stops. So this is going to be really, really handy, and this is so much more powerful. You know, when I try and grind something down, it's not going to slow down as much. And it has a just like this regular kind of chuck on this type of piece here, and I can put whatever will fit in this. I think it fits a broad range of sizes. Oh wow. Hold on a second. That's like super smooth. Oh wow. That's like, holy cow. That's crazy how smooth that is. But apparently I've heard that these things don't go bad. Like they don't burn out. They're just they're just beasts. And you might have to replace these, you might have to replace the shaft, but it's all like componentized, so you know, if I need to buy a new one of these pieces, I can. But the motor, rock solid. Foot pedal seems a little chintzy. This looks exactly like the Fordham foot pedal you would get, except it would say Fordham right here. I mean, it's identical. This key, this little key has a Fordham stamp on it. So I'm pretty impressed. All the reviews of this thing online on Amazon, I was like, they're like, it's 5 out of 5 stars. It's got several reviews on it. So I was like, I'm going to go with this route instead of Dremel this time. I may get a Dremel again down the road, because this is a little bit more of a fixed thing. So I'm going to mount it, and it's not going to really move around much. Sort of like the difference between a drill press and your hand drill. You know, hand drill you can carry around, it's a little bit more portable. Drill press is going to stay on the bench. This is going to stay on the bench. I'm not going to be carrying it around with me. It's a lot heavier than a Dremel, but it's way more heavy duty, you know, so just like a drill press would be to a hand drill. So anyways, that's the new tool. I've got to figure out a clever way to hang this and figure out where I'm going to do it. They sell like little hanging things, you know, like rods that you can attach to your bench. Most of them seem kind of chintzy. I'm not really that crazy about them. And they're a little pricey for what they are, I think, because it's just a metal rod with a piece of metal sticking over with a little dip in it. You just hang the motor on that. It doesn't seem like much. I might just try and hang this off the ceiling temporarily, just so I can start working on things again, and then work on a solution, because I plan on building a whole new bench, and at that time I'll build a more permanent solution for holding this up. So anyways, let me know what you guys think about this thing. If any of you have used these, I'd never heard of them until I started digging into the Dremel version of one of these, and I think it seems like the appropriate step up for me. So yeah, let me know if you guys have used one of these before. And I guess like these parts are all interchangeable. There's different ones. You can get one that isn't a rotating one. It's more like a little tiny jackhammer. It's for doing like texture on jewelry. There's also Speed Connect ones that they don't take the same size bit as the 1/8 inch ones that the Dremel uses. So all my bits are 1/8 inch. So I kind of have to use one like this. But they basically, you flip a switch, you can pop the bit out, you can stick another one in, flip the switch back, and it's just locked in place. It's like super, super quick for switching between tools. So anyway, I'm excited about this, and I can't wait to use it. It means I get to start working on the grenades again much earlier than I thought I was going to get to start working on them. And anyways, fun stuff, new toys. All right, just for fun, I'm going to hook this thing up and just give it a few revs. I want to try out this foot pedal and just see what this thing can do. I'm just going to throw a bit on it. I'm not going to cut anything, I don't think. I'm just going to throw something in it and let it rip for a second. I'm not even going to mount this thing first before I do it, because I've got to go to the hardware store. I'm going to buy a hook, I think, and a length of a fine, you know, like a light chain to hang it from, and maybe a carabiner. So let's see what it can do. All right, so one more thing I forgot to mention. This has a forward and reverse. Now, this is a really cool feature because if you're left-handed, you can go to reverse or whichever direction is more comfortable for you. I actually find that I think if I could reverse it, a lot of times that would prevent those wire wheels from flinging wires probably at my face. I'll have to experiment with that, but if I could fling them the other direction away from me, that would be even better, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to try forward first, and we're going to see how that goes. Alright, here's the first test. Let's see if I got it all set up correctly. Basically, I think all I gotta do is step on this, and ooh, torquey. Wow, that's smooth. That's very smooth. Holy cow. And the more I step on it, that is very smooth feeling. Wow, pretty impressed. Just to look at this real quick, it's 1/6 horsepower. It looks like it takes all the regular Fordham bits. I mean, this is all Fordham branded, so I've read the reviews on it, and they said that you can anything that Fordham makes as for these bits or for these little chucks. I'm not sure what the term is for these yet. These are these can be swapped out with the Fordham one, and they make several ones. They make some that are smaller diameter, like skinnier, with different size pieces in, or they can take different size shafts in them. And yeah, I'm interested. I might get a couple different ones that that I can keep around. That way, if I need to swap between things quickly, I can. I don't usually need to do that, but it might be nice to have a spare. Anyway, what do you guys think? Is this the appropriate upgrade? I think it is, but maybe I'm overdoing it. If there is such a thing. Yeah, let me know. Alright, we're going to do the maiden voyage with the flex shaft, the brand new one. Here we go. I'm going to try it in reverse, see if these wires fling the other way. There's no wires on me. I'm running in reverse. They're all flinging the other way. I'm totally clean, other than the crap that was on the grenade that got on my hand. I don't think I got hit by anything. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Holy cow. It's smooth. It doesn't vibrate as much. I mean, it does a little bit, but it's not as violent. I do have concerns about getting hot, because it is metal. I can feel that it's pretty warm, not hot warm, but like it's warm currently. But I could easily probably finish this grenade without it getting too hot at the rate I was going. It's great. I really dig it. So that's the only thing I got to deal with, really. I got to figure out a more permanent solution here. All right, so one last thing I wanted to mention. I'm starting a blog, and the reason why is I just wanted to be able to consolidate the information that I put out there in my videos, and kind of do it in a written format. It also just helps me learn new things. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with web development and such, but I haven't really been keeping up with it as much as I should, and so I'm gonna just kind of use this to brush up my skills in that department. But also, it's gonna be for you guys. I can post whatever links I want to anything in the blog, versus, you know, if I'm not on YouTube, they're a little weird about posting links to things on websites that you don't personally own. So if I try to put a link to Amazon on something, obviously my name's not Jeff Bezos, so I can't necessarily get away with it. It's only if somebody decides to complain about it, you know, then they can flag your videos for stuff or something like that, and they can take my video down. So it's just a way for me to share the information, the parts and equipment that I use, and it also helps, you know, because I can't really do that on many of the forums. You can't do that as well. They kind of frown on posting links to, you know, things on eBay or whatever, unless you're paying for an account, which I am not. At least not on the RPF, not on any of them actually. So this is kind of a way for me to just kind of consolidate, you know, the build, and put all the information I want to put out there for you guys, and hopefully you guys can find it. It's going to be called propchopshop.com. It's still in progress at this point. I'm going to be working on it as I go. I've got it kind of up and running at this moment, but it's a little in the works, I guess. But it's coming quick, and I should have the kinks worked out of it pretty soon. So go visit it. I'll put a link in the description of this video. You can click on it, and I'll probably also put a link in on the RPF on one of my threads wherever I post this video. That way you guys can hit that directly, and each post, not necessarily each video, but each like group of videos is going to have its own separate post. So you can just hit that same post over and over and over, and I'll just keep updating that post. And at least that's the thought. I may change my mind. You never know. It's still super early. So, and I'll be probably posting more regularly on the blog, because I can just kind of type things out. Editing video takes time. Setting up the camera and pointing at all the different angles and everything like that, it all takes time. It slows me down by a lot. So by doing the blog, I can kind of write my updates a little bit more often, as opposed to trying to edit a video together of clips I've taken over multiple days. So anyway, that's it.